And hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for tonight's episode of Arrow Season 8, Episode 9. We're almost done, folks. Next week is the series finale of Arrow. But on the lighter side, this is also Episode 1 of Green Arrow and the Canaries. That's right, because this episode pretty much became the sneak peek pilot episode of the new spin-off show that we'll be getting with Mia Queen, not Mora, just kidding, Mia Queen, or Mia Smoke as she was once known as before she met her father, before pre-crisis. So, crisis is over. And it's now 2040, Mia wakes up from her room in her bed next to her fiance, which is JJ. Now, we all know who JJ is. And, Diggle's son at the time. Now it's very different. So he's still, he's no longer Deathstroke. And he proposes to Mia. Mia's, at the mansion. Everything's happy. Everybody knows that Oliver sacrificed himself to save the entire multiverse. Or just the world, and to some people. And everything's going great. Mia's doing her thing. She just graduated. She's ready to take on the world. And then, of course, Dinah shows back up with Black Siren, Laurel Lance, or Earth 2 version, whatever you want to call her. They come back and give Mia back her memories. Now, one of her friends gets kidnapped, who is the stepdaughter, I guess, or adopted daughter of Huntress. If you guys remember Huntress way back in the first season of Arrow, and up season 2 as well. So she gets kidnapped. They need to find her, and Mia now goes on to the adventure of becoming the new Green Arrow for Star City. And Star City has become peaceful. There's no crime anymore. Ever since Oliver saved the world, everything's been pretty much happy and sunshine and rainbows. Literally, the place looks like it's paradise over there. Literally, remember how Arrow used to be all dark and gloomy, and it was the Gotham before Gotham came to town, before Batwoman showed up. So, like I said, this episode was pretty much a sneak peek of what we are expecting to see in Green Arrow and the Canaries. I know, a long title. I would have called it Green Arrow 2040. I would have called it, Green Arrow something else. Or, anything else but the Green Arrows and the Canary, or just the Canary show. That would have been cool. But it is awesome to see the fact that we're getting another female-led superhero TV show. Now, I know some of you guys are probably like, I don't want a female TV show. Well, tough. This is going to be the third show. We have Batwoman. Supergirl started it, and now we have Green Arrow and the Canaries. So, how did this episode turn out? Was it great? Was it not great? Gonna be completely honest with you. I actually enjoyed this episode, and it's not because I'm very excited for the show. It's just that there's a lot of questions going into this episode, and we don't know what to expect. Excuse me. From this new spinoff, this could be a disaster, but the pilot episode has to hit a bang. It has to hit with a bang, because if it doesn't, and if the tone doesn't feel right, and it feels very sloppy and weird, it'll just really say like, yeah, if that was bad, I think the rest of the series would be bad. But since this episode was actually pretty good, had great action scenes, we love the characters that we know so far. We're gonna get introduced to new characters eventually, so hopefully that we can fall in love with them too, and see them go through the entire show. So it's gonna be very confusing, because of the crisis stuff. But, we got to see JJ, how he's kind of, he's in love with Mia, that's his girl, and he just proposed to her. So we're going to see a different version of him, and how is he going to turn out to be who he is. And then at the end of the episode, spoiler for the episode, somebody takes him and pretty much gives his memories back of who he used to be. So, who did that? No idea. I don't even have any ideas yet of who it's going to be. It has to be somebody who knows about the crisis and all that stuff to even have the remote idea of doing it. Could be William, but he also got kidnapped at the end of the episode, so who knows? He could have faked his kidnapping to just throw people off. But also, they did mention a woman. So maybe Zoe, because Zoe's now back alive, so maybe Zoe didn't. Who knows? We you know, there's gonna be a lot of questions on once we actually get the show, but it's very interesting how the tone feels like, you know, Arrow, especially the later seasons. You know, Arrow when it first started was very dark and gloomy, and it was just Oliver doing his thing. But and it got better and better. Some people think it got horrible, but that's okay. For me, it got better and better as it went along, and it's keeping that same tone that I love. The great action scenes, the great characters, you know, especially the characters. But like, and I like the Mia character. I want to know more about her. I also don't want her to be just like her father, but I want her to be her to be her own character. So we got that. Decided to see some of that as well. We got to see her be angry at the fact that she got her memories back because Black Siren came out with a device that Cisco created from using Martian Manhunter's powers to bring people memories back who were part of the crisis. So how that happened, we'll have to wait for Flash to find that out. But it was very interesting to see how she went from being supremely happy to, you know, having struggles to be like, oh, can I even live up to the measurement of how my father was? But like I said, this episode was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I like the tone, so I should be getting a good series from the new show when it comes on. And if it fails, at least they tried. But I'm always going to love Arrow, and I'm looking forward to seeing the very last episode next week. I still don't think Oliver's going to die, but, or I think he's alive somewhere in Limbo Land, so there's that. And I think Felicity would join him, since we are going to see that next week. Probably going to get more information, because technically they're supposed to be back in the past, unless the Monitor brought them back to the future, and we don't see that yet until maybe next week's episode. Who knows? But we have to wait and see. But overall, this first episode, this first impression of the show was good. I have a couple of complaints. Not really a couple, more like one complaint. Look, I don't know if you've seen the pictures online. The pictures leak of her wearing the mask. Awesome. Now I get it. They're probably going to have, you know, people, you know, restricting superhero vigilantes, and it's like how they did in the past, or the original future, where vigilantes were illegal and all that stuff. We're probably going to get that again. But everybody knows who Mia Queen is. Everybody knows her father was the Green Arrow. They're going to put two and two together, so what's the point of having the mask? My only complaint, but what can you do? But I still enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we get moving forward from that show when it comes out. I believe maybe October. I'm not sure, but who knows. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about Arrow, and what do you guys think about the new show coming out? What do you think about the pilot? Are you guys going to be watching it or not? Leave me a comment below. Let me know. Thank you very much, and have a good night.